Hello, hello, and good morning. Good morning. This is Allie Benjamin here. If you're jumping on, just waking up, good morning. So glad that you tuned in. So happy to be here. We are here in Mesquite, Nevada, and enjoying the warm weather. Where are you? Where are you watching from? I would love to know. If you go ahead and type that in the notes in the comments below, that would be awesome. Thanks for popping on. Thanks for joining Growing Edge Live. We get together every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Time to share some love and share some insights that will hopefully support you on your spiritual awakening. So welcome and good morning. I'm going to wait for a little while as people jump on. And when you are here, I'd love to know where you're viewing from. There's Michael. Good morning, Michael. I know that he's here. I can see him outside. So good morning, and welcome. What an amazing time of year. Today we're celebrating the winter solstice. And so solstice blessings to you and your loved ones. And love to know where you're watching from. Hi, Heather. Good morning. Nice to see you. Yeah, let us know where you're watching from. Yeah, there's Michael. Casablanca Golf Course. Yep, that's where we are. So welcome and good morning. Hello, Ben Hill. Happy solstice. Season's blessings. I know it's someone's birthday soon. Happy birthday. So here we are in, there's Heather in Ogden. We are in Mesquite, Nevada. And wherever you're watching from, welcome, welcome. So let's get going.
Free my mind, open my heart with the whispers of truth. To live a conscious life, to live a conscious life on the growing edge. On the growing edge.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you, Leslie Monroe, for that beautiful song. We are here on the very growing edge, and we're here to celebrate the winter solstice. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, thank you for taking this time, this moment out of your busy day, your busy lives, to tune in, to have a spiritual tune in and tune up. That's what we do here every Sunday with Growing Edge Live broadcasts. We share some insights. We share some of our personal stories and it's our wish that what we share helps you to, number one, remember who you really are as a being of love and light, and to support you as you deepen on your spiritual adventure. So welcome. This is Sunday the 20th. Tomorrow is the solstice, but we're celebrating it today. So let's do a little centering this morning. If you haven't had your morning meditation, and maybe you've had your cup of tea or coffee, so now it's time to bring those two worlds together. So let's take a moment to sit down, relax the body, and enter into a moment of mindfulness, a moment of centering. Centering in the body, and just pay attention to where you feel that inside you, that centering within yourself. Where is that? Is it in the heart? Is it in the mind? Is it in the solar plexus? Is it in the feet? Where do you feel centered? And as you bring all of your awareness to that central point, imagine that central point like a sun, shining brightly, radiating warmth, light, energy. And with every breath, with every inhale, feel that central sun, that light within you, growing brighter, warmer, stronger. And with every exhale, feel that warmth, that light, that energy radiating out like sunbeams out into the world. Inhaling, exhaling, and in this way we fan the flame within ourselves with the inhale, and then we exhale and share our light, our brilliance with the world. Our light could be an idea, an image. Our light could be kindness, our wisdom, our creativity. The word light represents everything that you do, that you are, that you're becoming. Feel that light building, growing, expanding until your whole body feels light, effervescent, luminous. Now imagine that light shrinking down to the size of a pearl, and you tuck that light inside your heart, and there it remains, that pearl of great price, that knowing, that true self, infinite wisdom. It's right there. I am that, I am. Hey, put your hand on your heart and say that to yourself. I am the light. The light I am as never before. That I am now. And gently open the eyes. So welcome to Revolve, Reconcile, and Return. This is my weekly download here, celebrating the winter solstice with the Satya community, with the Growing Edge Live, our virtual community here on Facebook. Welcome. So we live on this amazing planet that revolves around a sun, a central star in our solar system amidst the Milky Way galaxy. It sounds like an epic story, doesn't it? We're part of that epic story. And we live in, for the most part, an unexplored universe. We, us humans, the scientists, the astronomers, have only, cosmologists, the physicists, have only discovered just a tiny little piece of the time-space continuum. And so we live in a mystery, and that's exciting. It can be a little scary. I've read lots of mysteries, and they're not always easy and flowing and fun. There's some unknowns and some challenges, and we face that in our human condition, living on this planet, in this tiny little remote corner of the universe. We experience all the mystery a novel shares with us, the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, the challenges. And so it's all part of this experience. Our little lives might seem insignificant in comparison to this science eye view of things, this great multiverse, this universe, this extra dimensional experience that we're having. We just see what we see and know what we know, but there's more. We live in an infinite mystery. And so as our lives might seem small and insignificant, they're not to us, are they? They're not to our families, our loved ones. And we are here, each one of us, on this epic evolutionary story, this journey, ever since the Big Bang, and I'll just use that as a reference point, ever since that Big Bang, there's been a continuous cycling, an evolutionary spiral. We, as human beings, if we're here and the Big Bang took place over here, there's been this billions and billions of years of things occurring in the physical universe in order for us to be where we are now in time and space. So here we are now in time and space, knowing that a lot has occurred from the Big Bang to where we are. And we are just the tip of that large, long story, that epic adventure. What did it take for us, for you and me, every sentient being, all life, the trees, the rocks, the two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, the winged, the finned, the hooved, the creepy crawlers, the stone people, the tree people, the plant people, the elements, earth, wind, water, fire. What did it take that we, Mother Earth, and everything that inhabits this beautiful Gaia, what did it take for us to be here at this particular time? What magic occurred for us to be incarnated on this planet, having this great epic joyride? Now, you can frame it up that way, but it doesn't always feel that way, does it? Sometimes we're not feeling like we're on an epic adventure, or it's a joyride. We might be feeling great physical challenges, or we might be having great disturbance in our relationships, or our health, or our money, or something. There's always something occurring that's kind of challenging us to remember who we are. So we're a part of this epic story. We're very important in our own lives and in our families' lives. And that's really the central theme here, is to remember how precious and how amazing your life is, my life is, each of us is. Because at the end of the day, when we come to the end, when we check out of this dimension, and when we inhabit a cosmic address, if you will, when we check out of this dimension, all that's going to really matter is how much life did you bring in? How many lives did you experience? How many lives did you touch? How much joy and love and beauty did you bring into the world? Through your hands, through your mind, through your words. Each of us are here to create a beautiful life for ourselves and for our loved ones. So I've chose these 3 words, and these 3 words are to help us kind of remember the importance of being the central, steady light of our own lives. So revolve is the first word, reconcile is the second, and return is the third. So I've got so many notes, but I'll skip over most of those. So revolve, this idea of revolving, we revolve around a central premise. Those of us on a spiritual journey or an awakening journey, our lives are sort of centered around a central premise that there's one source, one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence. And I like to think of this one like the sun, like our star in our solar system. We revolve, the earth revolves around that central sun. Can we revolve, can our life revolve around the central premise that there's one source, one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence? Why is this important? Because sometimes we get distracted and think our source or our good comes from something in the physical world. Like, my source of good, my source of happiness is my spouse or my children or my job or my whatever, fill in the blank, whatever it might be, whatever you find yourself feeling constricted, feeling like you can't be happy or you can't be at peace until this happens or that happens, then that's you're experiencing a sense of separation from this central premise that there's one source. God is our source and supply. So when our ego develops a story, a narrative that things have to be different than they are in order for me to be a light, in order for me to be awake, in order for me to be happy, in order for me to bring my magnificence into the world, I need this to happen. We come back into unity. We come back to a place where we're revolving around the idea that God is my source, that beauty is my source, that love is my source. And because I am in the small, what God is in the large, I simply mirror that God energy. I am that. I am. I am the light. I am. I am love. I am. I am beauty. I am. And when we return to that, it's one of my other words, when we return to this central premise, then we can reconcile these two parts of us. This human part of us with our ego linear mind, our logical mind that wants to make sense of things, that wants to think it can think its way out of dilemmas. The part of us that identifies problems, that is criticizing and judging and comparing ourselves to everything else, or maybe somebody in our lives that we don't measure up, or maybe we're finding ourselves seeking approval or validation from the outside. Our ego has this desire to look to the physical in order to feel worthy, to feel loved, to feel important, to feel successful, to feel a sense of meaning. When we reconcile that ego part of our nature, which is so important to who we are and how we live our lives on planet Earth, but we need to reconcile that ego with our essence, that part of us that has never been hurt, that's never been worried or lonely, that never has thought it needs validation from the outside, that knows absolutely without a shadow of a doubt its light, its love, its value. And so as we start to reconcile these two parts of us, our human side with our spiritual side, we have an opportunity to forgive ourselves, to forgive our forgetfulness, to forgive our resentments, forgive ourselves for saying things that we may have said that we don't feel good about, any shame or guilt that we might have about the past. And we simply let those things go, knowing that it's part of this human experience to sort of dip down below the line, to become forgetful. And as often as we can, to reconcile those two aspects of our being, our ego and our essence, so that we can be fully present as the light of our being, so we can be fully present as our most brilliant, bright light. I think of a fire, and if we don't tend to the fire, Michael and I have been traveling now for several months, and when we build a fire, it takes a campfire, it takes tending to. You don't just light the fire and let it go. If you don't tend to it, if you don't nurture it, then it goes out. So we need to fuel the fire, fuel the light that we are. And maybe we do that with affirmations. Maybe we say words that help us to remember who we really are. So I have a couple of affirmations for you. So if you'll just take a moment to consider this idea of reconciling these two sides. There's this part of us that forgets, and then there's this part that remembers. So we're bringing them together right now. And it's very simple. It's easy. Affirmations are super helpful in helping us to fan that flame. So close the eyes for the moment and place your hand on your heart. I choose to be the light. Say that. I choose to be the light. Just feel what that feels like, because choosing is something we do again and again. And sometimes we don't realize that we're making choices. We're living by default. We just think the thoughts that come into our minds are the ones we're supposed to be thinking, but we can actually stand guard at the doorway of our mind, and we can choose our thoughts. We can choose our direction. We are free to choose. Let's say that one. I am free to choose. I am free to choose. And that feels very grounding, very centering, very empowering to know that we have choice. We can choose our thoughts. We can choose to wake up. We can choose to share our light and our love with our family and friends. Here's another affirmation. I am worthy of receiving divine love. I am worthy of receiving divine love. And feel that. Feel how good it feels to be worthy. And imagine that central sun, that bright, shining sun, constantly giving its light, its energy, its warmth to everyone. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't decide, I'll give my light to this, but not this, to this tree, but not this tree. Can you be like that central sun? Can you be a being that can receive the warmth and the energy and the light of God, of that central sun, of source energy? Can you feel the full warmth and vitality and energy of God's love? You are worthy of that love. Each of us are worthy by the fact that we are born. It is our birthright. If we weren't worthy, we wouldn't be here. So that is a foundational premise. I am worthy. I am worthy to receive divine love. I am worthy to receive divine light. And feel into that. Here's another affirmation. I let go of anything that is blocking or hindering me from receiving God's love. I let go of anything that is blocking or hindering me from receiving God's love. Feel that. And you just allow it in. You just allow that flow, that divine light, that divine love, that divine beauty to flow into your life. I accept it. Say that. I accept divine love. I accept divine love. Now it's simple and it's easy to say affirmations. But it's not always easy to take the time to do it, is it? So today, you're taking that time to give yourself a gift, to give yourself a reminder note. It's like a Post-it note. Have your cup of coffee, your tea, your meditation, read the Post-it note. I am here as a channel of blessings to radiate my light, to soak in all the warmth of spirit. I am worthy. I forgive myself of my past, and I simply say yes. I accept the unlimited, infinite, eternal flow of good and beauty and creativity into my life. And I share that out. It's a give-receive. It's a giving, and it's a taking. It's a receive. It's a give-receive, that infinity symbol. So just like the Christmas star, that mythic star of wonder, star of light, may you bring your energy, your light together with others so that you can create an even brighter light. So as you look up into the night sky over the next few days and you see that beautiful bright light, it's a brighter star than we're used to seeing. It's Jupiter and Saturn coming together to create an even brighter star up in the night sky. Can you be a star like that? Can you be a star that grants wishes for others? So this season, for the next whole week, I invite you to take the challenge of being a star, being someone that grants wishes. Bring that kind of energy, that magic into people's lives, and so that you and them become that even brighter light in the world. So thank you for today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking this time to expand consciousness here at the very growing edge of our own becoming, here on our epic adventure. You are a character in this great evolutionary tale, and I'm so glad that we're on this journey together. Thank you for supporting Growing Edge Live and the Satya Center. If this has supported you, you can donate on Venmo to Satya Center. And we thank you ahead of time. Thanks for those of you that are continuously supporting us. We love you, and wherever you are. And I'd like to say to my sister, happy birthday to beautiful Sophia. Love you, solstice babies. Mwah. Peace and blessings. Lots of love. Namaste. Bye-bye.